Now let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Play ball!
Liverpool trashed Spurs 4-0 at Anfield. The first leg ended 1-0 in favour of Tottenham, but in the second leg of this competition, of this game, Liverpool trashed them 4-0. It was a one-sided game. Now Liverpool is in the finals of the CARABAO. They play Newcastle in the finals in March. Now the question is, who wins the CARABAO? Drop your comment, drop your prediction in the comment sections. Okay guys, if you look at yesterday's game, it was a one-sided game. In the first half, they kept coming at Spurs. They were defending for the first time in a very long while. They were defending deep, but Liverpool kept going at them until Gapkpo scored the first goal. Then in the second half, everything opened and they scored 4 in this game.
Yeah, I think this is a game we're expecting Liverpool to win with a blowout. I said earlier on, as we're having a conversation about this game, that Liverpool are not coming here with academy graduates. They are coming here with a full squad because Slot wants to win something, and then you can say they are already in the hunt for the Premier League. They are through to the knockout stages of the Champions League, that this is just a Carabao Cup, but there's no such thing as just a silverware. Silverware is still silverware. And for me, I think he started with the intent of winning this game and winning it and moving on to the finals. Hopefully, they go ahead and win the finals. But I think he started with the right intent, with the right players, and they came through for him.
Slot has done well with Liverpool this season. Like, what he has achieved this season is beyond what they have imagined.
No, it's definitely beyond what everybody expected.
Yeah, everybody expected, because
come on, you play the Champions League and you win all your first 7 games, not draw. You win, you're not Juventus. You win all your first 7 games in the Champions League, and because of you've already qualified, you filled in a couple of players that were not supposed to be on the side, on the bench, let alone the starting lineup, and you filled them in, and now you lost that game. Fine. Again, in the Premier League, I think they've only lost just 1 game against Nottingham Forest, but they had a couple of draws here and there. Good result, and this is not what we expect. When they announced him last season, you feel like, oh, the word, his name, Slot, and you're going to slot goals past the net, and that was what everybody was saying. Slotting goals past the defense. Salah is in the last year of his contract. Trent last year of his contract. So you don't expect him to do well with these players because the head is not in the right space right now. But he's come into the game. He's managed the team well. He's done a pretty good job. And unlike John was saying about the starting lineup from last night's game, like I said, we expected the regulars to start: Dominic Szoboszlai, McAllister, and the regular midfield. But in the midfield, you're seeing the Curtis Jones start for a very long time. In a very long time, you're seeing the Luis Diaz start as top 9 this season. Why Nunes is on the bench? Why in a way? Because he's not giving the coach what he wants. But this one, he started. This is where you say maybe he didn't get the goals, like the hat-trick or whatever he wants. He didn't get the double-figure goals, but the players who got the goals got the goals. Conor Bradley starting at left back. This academy graduates.
Right
back. Sorry, these are academic graduates, and they are young players coming into the side to prove that they also. It's not about where you're coming from. It's about what you have in your heart. Do you have the firepower to prove that you belong here? And I think the Liverpool players he has, every last one of them wants to prove that their heart belongs at Anfield.
Now, John, Liverpool have done well this season. As he just said, now they have done well, winning that game 4-0. It's a game everybody expected them to win, but they won it comfortably. The issue there is that the Spurs didn't even turn up. Tottenham didn't even turn up at all. It was just sad.
My expectation is, which Tottenham side did you expect to turn up? The side that is battered without their 2 key centre halves, the side that is without Brennan Johnson, without Dominic Solanke, without the main men in the midfield and in the defense, without, let's not even call Timo Werner. Timo Werner is an afterthought. The main men are out. So
Johnson.
I'm not expecting a Tottenham to turn up, because even when they had the opportunity in January, they didn't strengthen the side. They didn't sign anybody. Even they didn't sign a top defender for the side. They signed Danso. Danso came in and committed a schoolboy error in this game to give Liverpool their first goal. So it's a Tottenham that are totally in shambles right now, and it's one of the things that Ange has got to deal with going into the tail end of the season, because you have to rebuild for next season. He has to look at that team and look at who is coming back, who is in the mode to play, who should be in and out of the squad, and who the squad needs to profile to bring in. So I think Tottenham, for the first time in a long time, they went defensive. Ange has always played his high line. It would have been 15-0. It would have been 15-0 if he had done that yesterday. So I think to just save the blushes, he had to defend.
We keep going back to the lineup of Tottenham Hotspur, and I feel like, what's Reguilón doing on the bench? Trust me, anytime, any day, I pick him over Dent, and Dent is starting at left back. it becomes a problem for me. I'm beginning to think, what's this man seeing in dents? He's been at the club for a very long time. He's not had that input. Now, what's it called? The other guy, Davies, is playing as a left centre half. This is another left back on the side. Dents can be the centre half, while Ben Davies can be your full back. I don't mind. If Reguilon can be on the bench, then Davies should be starting at the full back position. But instead, he's starting at the centre half position. And because of the problem, I now ask myself, when you're training, what do you tell these players? When you're putting them on the pitch, when you're preparing them for the game, what do you tell them? Well, because we keep going back to fault. Maybe we'll go back to fault him because Danso now, because this is his first game against a Premier League side in a very long time, or perhaps his first game ever in the Premier League spotlight in the Premier League stadium. And you're seeing him is playing against Liverpool. He's playing the Carabao Cup. Let's say, okay, it's the Carabao Cup, but it's two Premier League teams. The intensity of that game still replaces on the Premier League. So if he can commit this error in the Carabao Cup, what makes you think he can't commit what's worse off during the game, match day in the Premier League?
Everybody makes mistakes though. Even though that was just a straight pass, somebody intercepted it. Not that he made a schoolboy error like that. But if you look at goals, Liverpool scored with Gapkpo. Gapkpo have been scoring at Anfield. He's now the favourite for slots. He's now playing regularly and he's scoring goals. Salah scored the penalty after Nunes was fouled in the second half. Salah scoring that beautiful penalty, and Szoboszlai scored that beautiful goal from McAllister to Bradley. Bradley's one touch pass to Szoboszlai, and he just passed the ball into the net.
And he didn't cut back.
Good goal for him. And Van Dijk now scoring that final goal with a header from a corner kick from McAllister, giving you 4-0 in favour of Liverpool at Anfield. They are in the finals. In the other semi-final of the Carabao Cup, Newcastle not trash though, won against Arsenal.
When you look at the full lineup, the aggregate is
now four goals in favour of Arsenal. The Newcastle winning Arsenal 4 goals in those 2 games. Now they are in the final of the Carabao Cup. They are playing Liverpool. If you look at that game against Arsenal, what is wrong with Arsenal in that first semi-final? Arsenal didn't even turn up. Everyone was thinking that they will go out and want to kill Newcastle, but Newcastle has been a problem for them this season. This is the 3rd time in a row they have lost to Newcastle.
Because you are playing an Arsenal side that is playing with a deficit in the side. You don't have a main man up forward. Your key star man in the club, Saka, is out, and you also have the only backup generator in the side, talking about Jesus, is also out till next year. So it's what it is. You can't rate Arsenal, even with the players they have now, to put up a result against Newcastle. You saw Isak scoring for fun, having a good game, bringing other people on, doing a lot of things. Who in Arsenal squad can do half of what he's doing for them? The best goal scorer in Arsenal team right now is sitting on 7 goals. That tells you the story, man.
It's sad. Some people was calling the biggest game for Arsenal, this in quotes, because this is an opportunity for them to win a trophy.
You go 2 goals down in a semi-final game. You go 2 goals down, you win 3-0 is like the biggest game for you.
I disagree with that, because this is a game you came into knowing that you needed to score, because you are coming in with a deficit, and then you go 2 goals down again. That means you need 3 goals to play into the extra time.
Like I said, you needed 3 goals to win this game, not allowing the opposition score goals. Let me rephrase in case you don't understand. You were 2 goals down before the game, so it was like the biggest game of the night. It was like the biggest game in their careers, because how can you overturn a 2 goals lead? You get from first leg, you already lost 2 goals at home. Let's say okay, the away goal advantage. Newcastle has an away goal advantage ahead of you because they beat in Emirates Stadium 2-0, and you're coming to St James Park where it's very difficult. So it was like the biggest game in Arsenal's life this season, and they could have gone to St James Park, at least score 1 goal. Let's know that the fight was still on. Score 1-0 and win the game by 1-0, and you say, okay, we lost the final place, but we won. But than losing home and away to a Newcastle side who has been trying to build a team that would go to the Champions League and compete. But whenever they go to the Champions League, next season they are battling relegation, and they try to, like this season now, they are managing themselves. They went to the Champions League last season. Where did they finish in the Premier League? They finished far below the top 6. Now this season they are trying to come back to that position of want to be in the top 4, want to be in the conversation to go back to Europe, and also want to have silverwares in our cabinet. So for Arsenal, it was like, let's try and shut this. But if Arsenal had won that game 1-0, I would have understood that, okay, fine, it's Newcastle, it's difficult. But you meet a team 3 times and you can't score a goal against that team. It means you're not doing something right.
That game ended 2 goals in favour of Newcastle. Isak was a thorn for this is the first time I've even seen Saliba. Actually, somebody tormented Saliba for 90 minutes, and he was winning battles against Saliba throughout that game. And even Gabriel, he hit the bar in that game. Arsenal needs a player like Isak. I don't know. Imagine they are going to be using only Havertz for the rest of the season as a striker.
Thank you.
That means if Havertz is
and Martinelli is out now.
What if Havertz goes?
If Havertz play striker, does it make sense? I don't understand how they are even planning this squad.
No, but this is the side that this is the path Arteta has chosen. He lives with the consequences. The consequences fall squarely on his shoulder because this is his decision.
The thing is, I just feel like we for how long we'll have to fault Arteta on this one now. I just feel like some of the blame should go to Edu for leaving the job halfway through the season.
I disagree with you. You can't blame Edu. Edu had a better offer to go elsewhere and
had a disagreement with the board, so you have to still go.
So that's what I'm saying. You could have at least kept your best man. Because for me, I feel like he was like the best man to work with Arteta. You could have at least kept your best man till the end of the season.
Well, that game ended 2-0 in favor of Newcastle. Newcastle are in the final of the CARABAO, so they play Liverpool in the final. So let's get your prediction of that game. Drop on in the comment section. Let's get your prediction. Who wins that CARABAO Cup? For Liverpool, they trashed Tottenham 4-0 after Tottenham winning that first game at home 1-0. That the aggregate is 4-1. For Arsenal, they lost home and away in this semi-final. They lost it 4 goals in general. Good result for both Newcastle and Liverpool. Both of them are in the final of this competition. Let's see who wins that competition. It is the first trophy for English teams this season.